I
Yeah.
think, in my
Yeah.
opinion, they see that what's happening in America is such madness, craziness, and
Yeah.
they're like, we don't want this happen in our country. We
I
don't
know.
want our children change their sex at early
Yep.
age,
Yep.
and
Yep.
we don't want this. We are not like them. We are different. We have traditional values.
Yeah. There you
It's
go.
definitely have some impact. And
For sure.
so many young people in America, they all like to talk, they obsessed talking about privilege.
Yes.
They always complain about the pronouns.
Hey, everybody. I caught myself another one, this time from Russia, which is pretty awesome. So, before we move forward, I just want to ask everybody to like, subscribe, do all the things you're doing to help me with this channel. Very much appreciate it. And I get to bring cool people like this on. So, with that, today I have this amazing human being. Her name is Lana, and she'll tell us a little bit about herself, and then we'll move forward with the interview. So, hi, Lana. Thanks for joining me today. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. It's such an honor to me to be here because I knew about your story even before my transitioning. And if anyone would tell me back then that in future I will have a chance to talk with you, I would not believe it.
Oh,
You're
that's
an
sweet.
icon.
So you are a transsexual woman from Russia, yes?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I'm
So tell
27 years old and I'm from
27,
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. Okay. Are you living there now?
Yeah,
Okay, great. So why don't you tell me, when did you start to transition?
I started my transition 4 years ago.
Oh wow, you look great.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Excellent. So tell me a little bit how that is in Russia. So did you do all your transitioning in Russia?
Yes, I started my transition in secret. I just
Okay.
bought my hormones illegally
Okay. Yeah.
without
Yeah.
prescription at all. Like I
Wow.
started on my own. I didn't see any
Wow.
doctor, so it was
Is
very
there
important for me.
uh
So
sorry.
I started it by myself,
Yeah.
and only like 1 year ago, I changed my documents.
So tell me, I'm very fascinated. I'm sure everybody will be. How so is it legal to transition in Russia or is it illegal?
It was legal. I mean, there are some news, some rumors that next week they're gonna pass a law that will ban transition without sexual reassignment surgery in Russia, and I'm very worried about it. And the
Oh
second
no.
option, they will have a law that will ban transition at all. You will not have a chance to do sexual reassignment
Nothing.
surgery or any surgery and change your
Oh,
gender in documents.
oh
Like
no.
right now it's legal, you can do
Okay.
it, you
Right.
can go to the doctor,
Mm-hmm.
they will have some test on you, you will have this paper,
Mm-hmm.
and you are starting your hormone therapy,
Hmm.
and then you go and change in your documents. But
Wow.
like I didn't had a surgery, any surgery at all.
Okay.
So it was legal for me and it's still
Okay.
legal, but we don't know what will happen next week. I'm very
Wow.
worried about that.
I'm very worried too. So that being said, so for in Russia they call sex. So you have to have sexual reassignment, meaning like you have to have your penis put into a
Yes.
vagina or your vagina put into a penis, and then also breasts removed. So they want you to have all the surgery in order for you
Yes.
to be a legal trans person,
Yeah.
right?
Only after
Wow.
that you can change your sex in documents. And
Okay.
I don't know, maybe they will ban it at all. I don't know. We don't know yet.
Wow.
I'm waiting for this news and we will
Yes.
see. Maybe they will change their mind. I don't know. I'm hoping for the best.
I'm wondering, so tell me this, do you think like some of that is happening there because of what's happening here in the Western space, like with the children and all of that? So do you think it's getting back to Russia now and they're thinking we're all a bunch of crazy people?
Definitely, definitely. I
Yeah,
think, in my
yeah.
opinion, they see that what's happening in America is such madness, craziness, and
Yeah.
they're like, we don't want this happen in our country. We
I
don't
know.
want our children change their sex at early
Yep.
age,
Yep.
and
Yep.
we don't want this. We are not like them. We are different. We have traditional values.
Yeah. There
It's
you go.
definitely have some impact,
For
and
sure.
so many young people in America, they all like to talk, they obsessed talking about privilege.
Yes.
They always complain about the pronouns. And, they are the ones who have privilege. There are a lot of trans people in other countries, trans people in Russia who don't have voice. And we are
That's right.
like being silenced. And you have the privilege. We don't. We can't, like, maybe something will change. And I don't know.
No, thank you. Oh my gosh. I mean, you're actually make me want to cry because I do know my privilege. I'm very aware of my privilege, I see a younger generation take advantage of what many of us fought to get to today. And now they're bitching over pronouns. We couldn't even get medicine back in the day. And you're struggling in other countries to even be seen as. And American kids are like, wow, you call me she. Like, what? What? I mean, I can't even imagine what you think of that in your country. The audacity and the spoiled
Yes,
entitlement.
definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. It's
yeah,
crazy. I mean, even for me, I'm a trans woman, and I lost so much to get where I am right now.
that's right.
And I
That's
think
right.
it's what happened with you because you did it in many years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely something that is happening right now in Russia at that level. You
Yes.
have to earn it. You have to prove that you're trans,
Yes.
and
Which, there's pros and cons to that. Now, I totally agree. Back with the day when I did it, it was really like hard. You had to go through tons of therapy,
yeah,
but there's parts of that that I think are very important because it really did help me to know that I needed to do this forever. 30 years ago, right? And here I am 30 years later. I have an amazing life. But that being said, I don't necessarily think it needs to be so crazy. It does need
yes,
to be that for young people. I do think young people need to have more of a really intensive therapy and not be able to transition so fast. But I think somebody of, you're 20, how old are you? 25, 27, 27.
27.
Yeah, you're young, but you're still an adult and you can make those choices without, I think, being too pushed down on, if that makes sense.
Yes,
I
of
personally want
course.
children, right? It's the children I'm concerned about. And I think you are as well. Are you not concerned about the young people?
I'm concerned because I didn't know about it much back then, but
Yeah. Yeah.
right now I know that there's a lot of detransitioners and in
Yep.
America,
Yep.
especially in America,
Yep. Yep.
and they
Yep.
like I don't know um, how you can
Mm,
have children to go make surgeries and take this
no,
medication at such a
I
young
know.
age, and you
No.
take away from them the choice of having a children in future.
Yep.
It's so disgusting to me. I don't understand it, to be honest.
No, either do I. Either do I. And you and I are both transsexuals, and we're like, what? So that's what people need. That's why your voice is so important, my friend, because you're still young, but at the same time, you're an adult and making these choices as an adult. And this is not a life that a child can know. That have to do the medication like we have to forever. We have to have surgeries, all of these things in order to walk the world. Many of these kids are not trans. They're just struggling with some stuff. That's all.
Yes,
Yeah,
before my transition, I tried to live some years as a gay boy. It didn't
of
work at
course.
all. It was awful, but
Of
I had a
course.
chance to choose. And I
That's right.
understood that that's not my thing. Like, I don't want to be loved for who I am not. And I was very struggling with my image, very
Yeah.
struggling with my acceptance.
Yeah.
And it was the
I,
only right choice for me to transition. But I had that choice. And if you take this
that's right.
choice from children, it's not right. They have to have this experience.
Thank you. No, because you know why? Now you know. You know solid. You're never going to think, well, could I have been a gay man or could I have been
Yes.
straight with a family? You're never going to think that because you already tried it, right? It's like trying sushi. Either you hate it or you love it. But if you never tried it, you cannot say you hate it. So this
Yes,
is
of
so
course.
important. That's right. These kids have to live a little bit of suffering. There's nothing wrong with suffering. They have to live in
After
this space.
suffering, you can fully understand who you are,
There
what you
you
need, and
go.
what you don't need.
I mean, it's incredible that America's so. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that we have put children and adults. Where are the adults? We have no adults in our world here in America. Everyone's just acting like children know everything. Children don't know shit. They know
Yes.
nothing. They
Yes.
don't. And I heard some the other day. I heard this lady. She was saying, we got to give children autonomy, like over their own bodies. I'm like, no, we don't. No, and then she was saying, children know everything. Oh, really? Oh, seriously? You actually think a
Oh my
child knows?
God.
They don't know shit. They know nothing. Oh my God. I'm so disgusted that. So now, because of this, the way we are acting with kids and all of this craziness, you in Russia are looking at this and going, uh-oh, we don't want this to happen in our country. And now
Yes.
many transsexuals like yourself are going to lose out who actually do need to
Yes.
transition. Wow.
I was
Just
lucky
wow.
because I transitioned, like I changed my documents when it was legal. I don't know what will happen with future Russian transsexuals. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. I can
Yeah.
imagine it. I had a chance, and I hope that they will not make people like me change their documents back.
I
I will.
know.
I'm hoping that not. I'm just very
I mean, it's a
hoping.
it's a possibility though, Lana. And then look at you. You won't be able to live as a man. People might beat you
Yeah.
up or something crazy. This is
Yes.
what I want people to see. Lana's already transitioned, and these laws can come into effect and destroy your life, destroy you.
And nobody like cares about trans people in Russia because it's Russia. And it's,
That's right.
I don't know, nobody cares. And we
That
are
breaks
the
my heart.
humans that's hard suffering because of everything that is happens in the world. Because what's happening
That's
in
right.
America, it affects the whole world.
That's right. That can you say that again, please? Say that again. What
What's
happens in
happening in America affects the whole world.
There you go. That's what I want people to hear. No, we have a responsibility, especially as transsexual people here. Why do you think I am very outspoken? And I get a lot of hate, Lana, a lot of hate
I understand. Yes, I get
from
it. Yes.
trans people. Why would you
Yes.
hate me? If you're trans, why would you hate me? I'm also trans. What they need to say is I disagree with you, Buck. That's different. But to hate me and to call me names and to say what I'm doing is transphobic is ridiculous. I'm doing this because of people like Lana, who just proved to me that we have a responsibility here in this country because we do affect the rest of the world. And when we're doing shit to kids, look what it just did to
Yeah.
Russia. It made Russia go, nobody can transition.
Yes. Oh my God. It's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
It's
Oh my
crazy.
God. So tell me a little bit about do you have other friends there? Do you have a group of transsexual friends there or women or
No, my friends, they are cisgender, as you call it, as you
I
name it.
doubt, but whatever.
Yes, just usual people.
Just
They
people.
normal people. No, yes.
Crazy. Oh my God. So are there a
And
lot of trans people there though?
yeah, I mean, it's not like a lot of us. Some we have like trans people. I mean, it's
Sure.
not like many people because you
Okay.
have to have balls to change your sex, gender in
That's right.
Russia.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's not a lot of us, I think, in
Right.
my opinion, true transsexuals. Not a
Sure.
lot of us.
Do you notice a group of people calling themselves non-binary in Russia?
Of course, yes. Recently, I was banned in one chat group because I said that
You're awesome.
non-binary people are not trans, and they banned me.
Well, that just proves, right? That just proves that it's true. Non-binary people aren't trans. That's why they block you.
Yes,
They're not
and they
trans.
say
They're
to me,
non-binary.
yes, it's just identity. You can today you can be woman, tomorrow you can be a man,
That's
and the
right.
third day you just change your mind. I mean, how can you be trans? How?
No, you can't. It's not. You're non-binary. So that's the weird part that I have. Like, okay, then why are you calling yourself non-binary if you're trans? You're either non-binary or you're trans. And but they want to take everything. They, you know what I mean? Because they're so
Yes.
confused.
I mean, transition is changing from one sex to another sex.
That's right.
You can identify as multiple people. I mean, it's crazy for me. It's
I know,
crazy.
me too. Me too, because we're actually transsexuals. We just wanted to live as men and women, and that's why people like you
Yeah,
are so important to me and getting this message out. I want people to see people like me and you who really suffer with gender dysphoria and really do need to
of
live as
course.
men and
Yes.
women. We don't want anything else. We just want to be seen as men and women. That's it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So tell me a little bit a little bit about your childhood, like how you grew up.
I grew up in Muslim family. It
Okay.
was very hard. It
Yeah.
wasn't religious, but my parents has had their own values, and
Right. Right.
my childhood was not happy because my father was physically abusing me and mentally abusing me, and I was bullied in school, so I wasn't like loved as
Mm,
other kids out there. And it always was for me a struggle to be myself, to be seen, to be happy. And it impacted me in a lot of ways because nobody knew that I was feeling like a girl.
mhm,
And my father, he actually one day, he told me when I was a kid, he asked me if I'm gay. I said
mhm.
that I'm not gay, and he told me, if you are gay, I'm gonna drive you to a forest and I'm gonna leave you there and pretend that I never had a child. And at that moment, I thought that I'm not lying, I'm not gay, but I feel like a woman, and maybe that for him is even harder if he will
Yeah.
know the truth. So it was very, very hard childhood for me. So
I mean, I'm tearing up because, God, I just don't understand parents sometimes. I'm a parent, so I just would never tell my child that. Like, what? But I get it because, first off, is your father very religious? Is he Muslim religious? Like, is it part of
he
the.
wasn't very religious. He was just
Mhm.
very abusive, and he was not well in his mind. I think
Right,
he
right,
was always
right.
treating me bad, like, beating
Oh,
me up. And
oh
I
God.
had very like hard childhood because I was bullied at school. And can you imagine, you hate yourself, you don't feel comfortable in your skin,
Yeah,
and you go to school, they bully
yeah.
you, and then you go home and father bullies you.
No,
I wasn't like, I didn't saw any light in my life. And
yeah,
I'm so glad that I had little hope that one day I'm going to change my life and I'm going to be who I am and I'm going to be happy and I will get out of it. And
yeah.
thankfully, like, now I don't have any relationship with my family.
Mhm.
And I had to do it
I
because they
agree.
don't know that I changed my sex, actually, changed
Oh,
my gender.
wow.
It was
Wow.
a
So,
secret, yes.
well, I mean, of course, look at the way he treated you. I mean, my God, that is insane. The fact that you made it through says a lot about you, my friend. You have a huge will to live and become yourself. And that's why you're an important human being on this earth because, it
Thank you.
shows. I really appreciate you being here because it really shows the really the insane trauma you went through, but you had this tiny bit of hope that one day you can become this woman or this person that you needed to be. Now I get why you're not speaking to your parents. They might freak out. Do you think that
Yes.
they would freak if you became a lady? Yeah.
I think yes. I mean, I don't know. I always was feminine, always feminine.
Yeah. But
But
that's
for
why your
them, it's
father's
crazy.
is that why your father asked you if you were gay because you were kind of an effeminate boy?
Yes, I was very
Yeah.
feminine. I mean, I
Yeah.
always had feminine voice, I always had
Yeah.
female friends, and
Yeah.
it was something was like wrong with me in their opinion, and
Yeah, of course.
it was my truth. Like I always wished that I was a girl, like
Yeah.
since I was 5.
Yeah.
And every birthday, we you have a cake with candles and you make a wish, and every year I wished that I will grow up and be a woman.
Oh, wow. That's
And
just
my
so
wish came
crazy.
true.
It did. It actually your wish I mean, you had a struggle. Remember what we I talked about a little earlier was kids and struggle. I don't think kids should be beat up and I don't think kids should be bullied, but it's a real thing. I got bullied. A lot of kids get bullied. I think
Yes,
that's part of
yes,
childhood on some level. You know what I mean? But I think it gives you a sort of strength when you're pushed against a little it makes you a bit stronger as an adult
yes,
when you're
yes,
not given everything as if you look at kids who are given everything right spoiled and you can have anything you want they're not strong adults. Most of them turn out to be very weak and they expect everything to be given to them. So on some
yes,
level your struggle as a child I think made you a very strong human being, really.
yes. Thank you. Yes, I know that I'm a survivor. I made
You
it through.
are. You are. It's very
Thank you very
powerful.
much.
And your story is powerful and very important because, getting voices from other places besides the United States or Canada or even, maybe Sweden, I think your experience is so different than what we have right going on here. Tell me about walking
Yeah,
down the
that's
street
why
now.
I
I mean,
wanted. Mhm.
yeah, you look like a lady. I don't think anybody would say otherwise. But do you find that you have problems where you are from
No,
people
I don't
seeing you?
have. No, because I have a good, I mean, I look like a girl, so
That's
I don't
right.
have problems. I had
Yeah.
problems when I was a boy, feminine
Okay.
boy, but
Yeah.
I changed so much, and
Yeah.
I look organically like a woman.
That's
So
right.
nobody like tell me
Nobody.
anything on the street. Everybody thinks that I'm a usual girl, so I don't
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
any problems with that.
That's fantastic. But prior to that, when you were sort of an effeminate man, people would be homophobic to you, or how did they act to you?
Yes, it was some weird stuff, one
Yeah.
time, one man, like, he asked me, it was a night, and I was walking down the street, and he asked me how to go to the shop, and I showed him the way. And then he, like, attacked me, and he tried to rape me because he thought that, like, he didn't know what gender I am. He asked me if I'm a boy or a girl, and I said that I'm a boy because I was a boy physically.
Yeah.
And he didn't do anything. Thankfully, I ran away, but some stuff happened,
Oh my
and
God.
it was because I looked very feminine, that feminine boy.
Yep.
It was
That's why.
dangerous for me.
Yep. Yeah. I think that's all over the place. The men I know who are effeminate, same things kind of happen to them. So, how did you start to transition there? How did you find resources like hormones? And how did you know that you could sort of move forward?
I just, internet helped me, YouTube
Internet.
helped me. Yes, I know, like, I'm a big fan of Blair White. I know that you're friends.
Very good
And I
friends.
was
Yes.
watching, yeah, and I was watching one of her videos. And I was like,
Awesome.
damn, she's so beautiful and she's so smart. And
Mhm.
I mean, I want to be like her too. And I was always searching for examples of people transitioning. And I
Yeah.
found every information on internet. And am
on the
I
internet.
here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It
I
just broke
knew
up a
that
little.
there's
Yeah.
some hope for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I searched information on internet. It helped me a lot,
Wow.
and I
That's
started
good to know.
to, yeah, and I get rid out of my hair on my face, and I started hormone therapy, and everything changed since then.
Wow, no, I mean, it's amazing. You literally so do you just start so you went on the internet and kinda learned how to start taking the estrogen and how to buy it, right? How to buy the estrogen, or could you
Yes,
get it from a doctor, or you got it from sort of, illegal or whatever
I
you wanna call
just
it?
uh, I just bought it in shop places like
Yeah,
pharmacy,
yeah,
but
sure.
without prescription. You
Yeah,
can do it
right.
if you order it on the internet. You can take it without prescription,
That's
and I
right.
did
Yeah,
it.
yeah, of
So
course. A lot of people
I
do that.
found a way. Yes,
Yeah, but you so it's
I was
so
very
interesting.
afraid.
Of course, because you don't I was afraid 30 years ago and I went to a doctor. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, when you start taking the
Yes,
medicine or injecting, you don't have a clue. You know, even today we don't have a clue. What does this mean? What's the long term?
of
And then so you
course.
started to
Yes.
go to a did you have surgery done?
No, no, no.
No.
I didn't, and I don't
No
want to do
surgery.
it.
No surgery.
So,
Yeah, no
yes.
no yeah, right. So, but do you have top surgery or no?
No, I never had any surgery. I just
None, zero.
have my lips done. That's all.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Yeah,
I swear your face
and
looks like so very
I'm the
feminine.
example of transitioning in adult age, and you can
That's
still look feminine. You don't have to do it when you're a child, a kid. You can still look fine
that's right. Me too.
if you do it.
I did it. I went through
Yes,
I went through female puberty. I look like a dude. There's no doubt about it. It doesn't. It's so. That's why your voice is important because you can show as a male to female transsexual. You went through male puberty and you look like a woman. So that's not true. That we have to give these kids
yeah,
medicines. It's gonna fuck their whole life up. Seriously, it's
yes.
it's
Oh my God.
craziness. Oh my god, I'm
And
so glad
they
that you're
and
not
they all
for
think
that.
that it will help them to not get through puberty, and it's so fucking bullshit. I mean, come on,
Thank you,
come
thank you,
on. I
thank you.
can't.
Come on, it's like blah blah blah. It's bullshit.
Yes.
It's actual bullshit because now we have here in this country, we have detransitioners, right? You know
Yeah, I
that.
know about it. Yes, I watched many stories of the transitioners, and it's very scary, to be honest. Very
Oh my god, I'm
scary.
so freaked out. I'm so freaked out. We cannot have detransitioners. And and it's growing fast here in the United States. I mean, so have you seen anybody like that in Russia?
No,
No.
no.
No
I mean,
detransitioners
it's
in Russia.
impossible in Russia. I mean,
Well,
it's really
yeah.
impossible in Russia. How can
So
you
so
have the transitioners? I didn't, I don't
yeah,
know
and
any.
then okay, that's a great. So how can you have detransitioners in Russia, right? But how come we have them here? Why do you think we have them here in the United States?
Because they do it on the children, because because of it.
That's right.
Because
And
children
so
is growing up and they change their mind because they finally understand that it was a mistake. It
wow.
wasn't their choice. It was parents' choice.
Wow. Wow.
That's why
Thank
the
you.
transitioners in America is happening, in my opinion.
In my opinion, too. Exactly the same way you think because it's ridiculous. You cannot. And also listen to what she's saying, people. She's saying it doesn't happen over there. It's only happening here. And it's because
Yes, of course.
we're just letting kids transition like it's candy. Like, here you go. Here's some testosterone. You're going to be okay. You're only 15. Just punch that into your body and you'll be fine. What?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's a disaster. And it's only going to get
Yes.
worse. It's only going to get worse. And these poor, so I really appreciate your voice so much because we are adults, my friend, and we are really on some level, we have to start to push back against the children being transitioned. It is not
Yes.
okay. No.
You have to
It,
use your voice. Use your voice. And I say to a lot of trans people in America,
yeah.
use your voice because it's affecting my life in other country as well.
That's right. No, it's because of that it's going to affect anyone in countries like Russia or even in that area, right? Ukraine. I actually helped a transsexual man get out of Ukraine when the war started. Because his
Wow.
passport, he looks like me, like a dude, right? But his passport and all his paperwork was all female. It said female on it. Can
Wow.
you imagine? And he was so freaked out. But I got some people together and we somehow got him
Wow.
on the train and out of the space. But other transsexual people were suffering there because they didn't get their identity. Like it's like if your
Yeah.
identification, Lana, says man, does it say male or female? Your identification.
Yeah, male or female.
So does yours does
Female,
Lana's?
yes, I have female, yes. Thanks
So,
God.
oh my God, that's what I'm saying. Imagine if it said male, you would get killed.
Yes, oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow,
I'm very
holy
lucky
crap.
that I had a chance when it was legal to change your document
That's
without
right.
doing the surgery.
That's
I'm very
right. Yeah.
lucky.
You're very lucky. And so how many years has it been now that you transitioned? How many years you living as a woman?
4 years, I
4
guess. Four
years. So
years.
it's young. You're still young, really. Yeah, in your transition. So what is it? Can I ask you what kind of work are you working or any of that kind of stuff?
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm working as an accountant.
Great. Excellent. That's
Yes.
awesome. Good for you.
Sometimes people don't believe me because they have this.
Why
They always
why
have
don't they believe you? I why don't they believe you?
because they have this perception of trans girls doing sex work,
Totally. I
and
knew you were
I'm
gonna say
not one of them. And sometimes people don't believe me really that I'm an accountant, and I
that.
really am.
Oh my God. I know. I knew you were going to say that. I knew that you were going to say most people think, but because a lot of trans women have a hard time getting work. So they go into the sex work
Yeah,
trade,
but
which
I
is,
promised myself that I will never be one of those people who do sex work because it will be so much damaging to me. I can't
yeah,
go through
yeah.
this.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna do it on my own. I don't
right.
wanna go through this because when you
Yeah,
have, usually when you do sex work, is a lot of drugs. You became a drug addict. I mean, it's
yep,
often
yep,
like that,
yep.
and I didn't want it at
Well, good
all.
for you. And the fact that, it's true that, there, it's a hard life. I worked in the sex business. I did, pornography,
Yeah.
all those things. It's not an easy world to live in. There's good parts of it and there's bad parts of it. But what you're talking about, which is more like prostitution or
Yes.
escorting, that is a
Yeah.
shit ton of not only the actual sexual part of it but just dealing with people's mental. You're like a therapist when these clients show up and they want to tell you about their whole life story and blah, and you're like, dude, we're just going to do
Yeah.
the deed and move on, but you want to tell me about it. It's a lot of work and it's also emotional work and it's
Yeah.
heavy
And
and
it's
it's
not for everyone. Like,
no, no,
not for
not at all.
everyone.
So, but of course, people automatically going to think that about you. And that's why I asked, because I think it's very important. Nope, she's an accountant. She's an actual accountant. I love it. That's so awesome. You totally broke you broke. See, everybody always has these ideas about us, right? Always about
Yes,
transsexual people.
always.
Always that we're this, that we're that we're weirdos, But now today we have a lot of weirdos who are attached to being trans, who I
Yeah,
don't
they call
believe.
themselves trans. I mean, it's so offensive to me, especially what's happening in America when I see a man with a beard, with a makeup on, with dress on, and he calls himself a woman. Are you
I know.
serious? I
No,
mean, how
it's
it's affecting me and people, usual people who don't know shit about trans people, when they will know that there's some trans people, automatically they will remember this image of this non-binary fucking person.
that's right.
Sorry.
That's right. No, you're saying it. You're saying it. That's important. It's true. Those people don't represent us. Look at me and her. We can walk into the women's and the men's room. No one's going to say anything. Everyone's going to be chill. That's what transsexual people do. We try to look like men and women.
Yes,
So we don't get
yes.
that pushback, right? So
Yeah, we
non
don't scare it. Like nobody's scared of us. Nobody.
Yeah, but I think those people are doing it to make a problem. I think those men who are dressing up in a woman's dress and then still have a beard and maybe showing their penis. I don't think
Oh
they're
no.
not transsexual people. They're
No,
doing
no,
something.
at all. I
No,
mean, no, there's no trans woman in the world who can be comfortable with a beard.
there you
Believe
go.
me, it
I
was the
know.
first thing I get rid of. It's
That's right.
impossible to have a beard when you're trans woman. It's
That's
impossible.
right. It's impossible. It's like saying it's like me having my period or getting pregnant, right? I see trans men
Yes.
getting pregnant. I'm like, what? That would kill me. But I want everybody to understand if you want to get pregnant, dude, you go right ahead. But stop saying men get pregnant because men don't get pregnant. Trans men
Yes.
can be pregnant, non binary
Yeah.
can be pregnant. But it gives me a lot of, I can't imagine that it must give you the same feeling when you see a woman with a beard. It gives me the same feeling of a
It
man.
makes me mad, actually, really
It's
mad,
mhm,
really mad. How you
yeah,
can identify as woman, how you can call yourself a woman, and even trans woman. You
that's right.
just a man. Accept it and live with it.
I know, but why do they have why do you think they want to call themselves trans women? Why do you think that they want to do that? But don't want to look like a woman. So they want to call themselves a woman, but they don't want to look like a woman.
I don't know, maybe they have some sexual fantasies. I don't know. I actually don't
That's what I
understand
think. That's what
what's
I
the
think.
motive with it.
Fetish. I think it's some kind of
Fetish, yes.
fetish it makes them feel excited when people point at them, or it's some kind of
Yeah,
excitement that
give
they
them
get.
attention, that they're
That's right.
important.
That's right.
Oh,
I know, and it's really messes with people like me and you. It's because it's not a representation of transgender at all. It's
yes,
a
yes.
representation of something else.
For example, Dylan Mulvaney. I know this person in America. Oh my
Oh
God. This is
God.
not trans person. Hello.
I'm so embarrassed. How do you think I feel like as an American? This is what we're putting out in the world. America has gone down.
Yeah.
Remember this country used to be the best. Like we used to do so many amazing things and put positive stuff out in the world. We've lost our minds here. It's uh, uh, do you think that we look crazy?
Yes, in my opinion, yes, because this non-binary stuff, I hate it. I don't understand how you can identify as multiple people, how you
You
can
can't.
call yourself they, them.
No.
You either man or either woman. You're either trans man or either trans woman. I don't understand it, to be honest.
It's mental
No.
illness. It's mental illness, and we're highlighting it as mental illness. We're saying it's okay. We're teaching people really bad behavior. You can't be 500 different personalities or 500 different things in your bio and act like that's totally. And also, I really believe that they have appropriated or captured the trans our space. They took it from us. The
Yes.
non-binary.
Not
They t-
only, yeah, not only women, biological women, trans women too,
yeah,
because
that's
we
right.
don't look like this. We don't think like this.
That's right.
We don't have these values. We will never be looking inappropriate. I don't know. I
Thank
just
you.
don't understand it. Like,
It's
it makes me mad.
it should make you mad because it should make you mad because they're overriding you. So the
Yes.
conversation in the conversation in America is really mostly dominated around trans women and women. They don't really talk about trans men so much. The whole
Yeah,
conversation
I know.
is about women, right? What is a woman? What? You're asking me what a woman is? I'll tell you what a woman is. It's I'm a woman actually. I'm an adult human female. I'm a biological female, right? You're a biological male. But what is a woman
Yes.
is the stupidest thing ever. It's you live as a woman. You look like a woman. You walk the world as a woman.
Yes, by
Nobody knows.
biologically, I'm not a woman and I accept it. I love myself the way I am.
There you go. You see that, people? Many of us accept our biology. We're okay with it. We know why we transition
Yeah.
because we don't want to live looking like men and we want to live the other way and it makes us happy. And Lana looks happy. You seem happy.
Thank you.
I mean, that's the whole point, people. We're not mean and angry, but do you notice this over there too? Does it look like everybody here in America is so angry? All the trans people, they seem angry and mad and not
Of
happy.
course, yes. Of course, they
Why?
always complain about everything. I
Everything.
mean, I
Well,
don't have
why?
those privileges in
No.
Russia, and you complain about everything. About
Oh
pronouns.
wow.
Nobody gives a fuck about this pronouns. I
They don't. They're making that shit
if
up.
yeah, if anybody will come up to me and ask me what pronoun do I use, I will be mad because don't you see
That's
what
right.
pronoun? Don't you
That's
see
right.
it?
That's why.
And
That's
it's
why I.
because of
Mhm.
non-binary people, yes.
That's right. That's right. So non-binary people are not trans; they're non-binary, and
It's
also,
true.
yeah, I don't put my pronoun in my bio because I look like a man, and I think people will never
Yes.
misgender me. People will never misgender
Yes.
you ever, ever,
Yeah.
and that's the point, isn't it? The point of transitioning so that you don't get
Yes. From
misgendered.
one thing to another. It's
Yeah, it's real
simple.
simple.
Like
It's simple. Keep it simple, people. But these people aren't keeping it simple. So they're not,
they make it
right? So they're
harder, yes.
why? Do you kind of have an idea of why they're making everything so hard for themselves?
I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe they bored. I really
I
can't understand.
mean, I kind of agree with you. They're young kids. These are 20, 19-year-olds going to the university, right? Like just learning all this crazy stuff and then just throwing it out to the world.
Ideology. Yes.
Ideology.
It's just
There
an
you go.
ideology.
It's all in our universities, which is also scary because it's teaching, a university age student some really bad stuff that is going to affect us in the long run in this country. And it already has. It's divided our country. I don't know if you know that, but we're very divided here on many levels.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that,
I
mhm.
don't understand it. Like if kid go to school, he should be like teaching learning math, not
Yeah,
about genders, not about sex. It's
no,
not right. It's not right.
it's not. And these kids are too young to be. And also, you know what they're teaching them? They're teaching children that there's no such thing as a boy or a girl. What?
Oh my God. Oh my
They're
God.
teaching that. They are. I've seen it. I've seen
They,
books on it.
oh my God.
It's just pathetic and gross. And we better get our shit together, or else, you know what? We're just gonna go down the hill and we're gonna become the worst country in the whole wide world if we don't start coming back to reality. Well, this is a great country. Don't get me wrong. I love living here. I love being in this country. And
Yeah.
I very much
Hmm.
value my freedom and the freedoms that I have here. But I can see these freedoms being taken away. And one of those freedoms is freedom of speech. We really pride ourselves in this country that we could say whatever we want to say and not be put in jail, right? Or not be put in a
Yes.
prison because we are against the government. We can be against the government here, and it's perfectly okay. So that's what I'm
Yeah, in
scared these
Russia,
young
like if you say some wrong thing, you're gonna be jailed,
see.
and
Oh my God. That's what kids need to know. That's actually real, right? You will actually be put in jail there. Yeah.
yeah, that's why everyone is like, shh, don't say any
Wow.
other word, don't post on your social media like some stuff, some
Wow.
opinion. You should be careful. It's like North
Wow.
Korea, to be
That's
honest.
right. Wow. I mean, really, it's so shocking that people here don't realize the value of freedom of speech. Whether I like what
Yes,
you say, right? Because there's many things I don't like people say in this country, especially children, especially trans kids. There's no such thing as trans kids, but these are kids who have dysphoria, right? Or dealt with stuff like me and you did, but they're not necessarily trans. But my
hmm,
point being is, you could, I don't like it, but I let them say it because I want to say the opposing thing, right? So I want to be able to say no and not get put in jail. But what you're saying in Russia, you can't even say these things. You'll be actually put in jail.
yeah, many things you can say about right now LGBT people, like LGBT, everything is about LGBT. You can't say a word about it. Even like
Wow.
what's happening right now with trans people, they
Yeah.
actually gonna silence us, and we
Wow.
can do nothing about it. We just hope
Nothing.
that everything will be better, get better in future. Maybe some things will change in our government. Right now
Right.
we're just hoping again.
My God, that is
It's
so
very
scary. I
hard.
mean, we have the we people don't please, I'm so like I'm speechless because what you're saying is golden. Because here we're so entitled. We don't even realize other people can't even
Yes,
say LGBTQ. You can't even say it. You'll be like completely put in jail or or whatever, maybe even
yeah,
killed. Maybe do they kill people over
I
there
don't
who
know.
are
uh, in some parts of our country, yes, not in Moscow or St. Petersburg,
right,
but in
right. But
some
other
parts, like,
right. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
it can
totally. Yeah.
happen.
It can happen. It can still happen. I mean, it can happen here too, but I think it's still different.
Yeah,
It still can happen, and people who are gay still do get killed here. But trans people, I think, have a different platform now, and they keep saying the trans genocide. There is no trans genocide here. People are not being killed because they're trans at
oh
all.
my
That's
God,
not true.
no,
That
it's opposite.
it's the
Everyone
opposite.
identifies in America as a trans. Everyone is trans, I guess, in America. What are
Oh
you
my
talking
God.
about?
It's so embarrassing. Every kid is trans now. It's like, what is
Yes.
happening?
It's
Wow.
like a new
So
trend.
it is a trend. I most definitely think it's a trend. I sure hope it doesn't catch on over there in your country because it will actually destroy trans people in Russia. They'll shut it down. If it becomes like it is here
Yes.
in America, they'll shut it down there.
Yes.
And yep.
Yes,
Is that
actually.
what they're scared of right now, right? Is that why they want to change the laws now?
Yeah, they just want to be the opposite of what's happening in America in every
Wow.
possible way.
Wow.
Like Russia and America is like enemies. We
That's
can
right.
like say it.
No, it's true.
And
It's true.
they will do everything opposite. Like if you like if many people in your country can change their sex without surgery, in our country we will ban it. Nobody can
Oh,
do this anymore. We are so
wow.
different from America.
Well, yeah, I mean, you
And
have a dictatorship on that level, but we're kind of getting that way. I mean, we're just like letting
yes, it's
everyone.
like,
Yeah,
I agree. Like Russia is crazy in it's on its own way, and America is crazy on its own way too. Like
totally,
it's like
totally. No, it's like
who's the
completely
crazier?
opposite.
I don't
We're
know.
now who's crazier? That's
Opposites,
right.
yes.
We're like all over the place. Like, blah, here, you're 12, take some testosterone. Hey, you're 12, get your
Yes,
boobies
yes,
cut
yes.
off. And Russia's like, no, that ain't happening
No,
over here.
at all.
Yeah, but that's the bad thing is that they're just gonna shut it all down. And then actual trans people like yourself
Yeah.
are not going to be able to get the medicine and the help they need, which is really that's what we should be talking about. That not this idea that anyone can be trans, because that's not true. Not anyone can't be trans.
Yeah, let's talk
That
about actual trans people.
there you
Actual
go.
trans people that
Yes,
we have gender dysphoria, and the
that's right.
one way to cure it is to have hormone therapy, to make some
That's right.
surgeries if you want it. Like,
That's right.
when I was younger, when I was a teen, when I was
Mm,
having a puberty, I
mm,
actually thought that when I'm gonna be trans woman, I will do any surgery that is possible. I will
mhm.
change my nose, I will change my face, I will have
Sure.
boobs done, I will have
Mhm,
sexual reassignment surgery
mhm.
because like I didn't had any like idea. But when I started my transition, everything so changed that I realized that I don't need any surgery at all. I'm beautiful right
Wow.
now because of
Yeah,
hormone therapy, and I begin it as an adult, not as a kid. And I
that's right.
didn't had any surgery. Like I really thought that I'm gonna have a sexual reassignment surgery, but right
Mhm.
now I'm fine with my body. I was born like this, so I changed my look. I socialize as a woman. For me, it's very important,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter to me what's between my legs. I'm comfortable. I'm used to it.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's right.
why
Great
how you can
message.
do this to kid who don't understand anything?
How and why? Why would we do that to a child? I'm actually
Exactly.
really my mind doesn't get it, right?
Maybe if I was a child in America and I still was a trans child, maybe I would. I'm sorry, my English sometimes I'm very
No, no, it's
nervous.
great. It's great. Your English.
If I was
Yeah,
living in your time
yeah,
right now,
yeah.
maybe I will do some surgeries. But I
Sure.
was living in Russia and I had opportunity to live my life as an adult little bit. So
Yeah,
I didn't had any surgery because of it.
that's
It's
right.
very
That
important, I think.
well, yeah, we have too much access. It's so easily access. Anyone can have surgery here if you're trans, right? There's this other weird thing that we're very weird here. So if a woman, right, needs to have some kind of thing like maybe a hysterectomy, or maybe she just wants to have a hysterectomy, that the most
Hmm.
doctors won't do that. But if they say they're transgender and they want to have a hysterectomy, the doctor will do it like that, but they won't. They
Oh
always
my God.
discourage women. I know it's crazy. They discourage women all the time from getting a hysterectomy. But there's like, if you're trans, you can have
They're
basically
gonna
any
do it right
surgery.
away.
That's right. They're going to do it right away. It's really fucking scary here right now, and the way that trans people are just being sort of pushed into this space when they're just not trans. They're non-binary, which is
Yes, not trans.
it's an identity choice. It's not a medical. We have a medical
Yeah.
condition. Yeah.
I
It, it,
think it's
it's
very
so
important to give opportunity to kids to grow up, and make their own
that's right.
decision. I did it
That's
by myself.
mhm.
I know it was very hard for me. It was like very hard, but I did it. I know the
I know.
experience of living
That's
as a
right.
gay man,
That's
like,
right.
but and I understood that it's not my choice, like me. It's not my life
Yep.
I want to
Yep.
live.
Yep.
So, and to
That's
take
right.
away this opportunity, it's unhuman.
It is. Thank you for saying that. It's so, it is. It's unhuman and it's gross. And we're really ruining children's lives because a child can just suffer a little bit and say, I want to be a boy, but I'm a girl. So what? Okay. Then wear pants and put on a baseball cap and be a boy, dude. But you don't need to be doing something so drastic because it's not reversible. And they keep saying,
Yeah,
oh,
I
it's
know that.
reversible.
Mhm. It's not. It's not. I know
No,
that you, in your transition, you as well you tried to live as a woman, but
that's
it
right.
didn't work for you
Nope,
as
it
well.
did not. 30 years old. I'm 60 now, but I transitioned when I was 30, and I lived as a woman for those 30 years, and I lived as a gay woman,
Yeah.
and a very masculine gay woman, but I couldn't do it anymore. And I was
Mhm.
30. I can make a choice and I never look back. I'm 30 years transition, right? As a transsexual. So it clearly worked for me and it's clearly working for
Yeah.
you. And that's why people need
Yeah.
to see me and you in the world so they can say, okay, transsexuals do exist. We are here and it is real. We do have gender dysphoria and we do need to do this, but we need to do it as adults, not as children. And that I think is the one of the most important messages that us transsexual people can put out there, and we can save children. We could save so many children from going down the wrong path.
Yeah. Oh my God. I
It's
can
shocking.
imagine,
No, can you
I can
imagine?
imagine what it's like.
No, imagine being 15 years old and doing the surgeries or what we did, right? And then going, whoops. You're a
Yeah.
woman now. You can never go back to living as a man. You look like a woman. It's not going to happen.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel sorry for these kids. I mean,
Me too.
I can imagine what it's like because
No.
you and I, we know what it's like to hate
Yep.
ourselves. Like
That's right.
we didn't like our biological sex. Like, but what
That's right.
they feeling is somewhat similar. Like it's almost
That's
the
right.
same
Yep.
because they growing up and they like, oh my God, I made a mistake, and
Holy
they
shit.
already had the surgeries.
Oh
Like,
God. I'm so many of them, especially girls. It's mostly girls, and they're cutting
yeah, I
off
know
their
about
boobs.
it. It's like very strange. Why?
It's strange. It's strange because why is it only girls doing this? Where are all the where? How come there's not a lot of boys doing it?
I think because girls, they all no, girls typically are more emotional and
Mm,
they dealing with some stuff,
mhm.
periods,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
messes with your head.
True.
You just caught up in many ideas.
True.
Like I don't
Yeah.
know,
No, you're
like
right.
anorexia,
I think that
bulimia,
too.
some stuff like
Yeah.
this.
It's hard to be a young girl. I was that. It's hard to go through puberty and have your boobies growing and and it's just a weird time emotionally. You're getting your period and there's just a lot of weird different than
Yeah,
male puberty.
yeah. When I had my puberty, my male puberty, I
Yeah.
was like, what is happening with my body? I didn't choose
Yeah.
it. Like I
That's right.
was, as day goes by, I'm looking more like a man, and I don't
Yeah.
like it at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, it wasn't my choice, but it's happening, and I can do
Yeah.
nothing about it.
Yeah. No, but thank
Yeah.
God you did. But that's the point is you had to go through that
That's the point.
because
Yeah, you have
yep,
to go through this
you
because
have
without
to.
it, you can't understand. Yeah.
Nope. You cannot
Only
understand.
this can, like, you can only understand that you truly have gender dysphoria if you go through puberty.
Excellent.
That's,
Excellent. Did you hear that? You can only truly know if you have gender dysphoria if you go through puberty. There's no other way you would know you don't fit in because when I was a young
yeah.
kid, I was perfectly happy as a young kid because I got to be a little
Me
boy and
too.
do yeah, it was
Yeah.
not a problem at all. It
Yeah,
was what you
before,
just
yeah,
said. All
yeah,
mhm.
amazing. Like it's
Yep.
what's happened in my childhood, but before my puberty, I was very
Yep.
happy because
Yep.
when you don't have puberty, you can like you don't have mustache, like
That's
in
right.
my case.
Yep.
I was very happy. I was very feminine, and
Yep.
like I didn't look like a boy at all.
Yep.
Like I mean,
Yep.
sometimes kids for me they have no gender, like
Yeah, that's
before
right.
puberty.
That's
It's
right.
and only then after my puberty I started to realize that oh my God, what is happening? I have to fix it as soon as I can. But
That's
I
right.
did it in my
But
20s.
you but also not only is it emotionally hard for us, it's the physical space needs to be done, not the outside, but inside. Things are growing, bones, eyes, ears. That's what puberty
Yeah,
is. And those things get
yeah,
stopped. you are not going to be a healthy human being. I don't care what you are, a boy or a girl, whatever. You're not going to be
Yeah,
healthy. It's going to affect all these physical, right? But we need to keep showing people like us have gone through puberty and we both look like a man and a woman. We don't, I don't think it affected us in a way. These people
yeah,
are lying. They're lying about the kids, that the kids have to do it or they're going to kill themselves. Really? I don't see any kids killing themselves. What are you talking about?
yeah. I
That's,
mean, you and I didn't kill ourselves
here we are.
alive.
and
Yes.
and also there's no kids killing themselves. I mean, and also we could say in lots of different places kids feel suicidal, not just trans kids, all
Yeah.
kinds of kids who go through depression or eating disorders or all
But kid
kinds
with
of
gender
things.
dysphoria, with gender dysphoria, only he can kill
That's
himself.
right. They make it seem like it's only trans kids,
Yes,
but
only
it,
trans.
that's right. It's an ideology. It 100% is an ideology that got people, sucked into it. Um, So we're gonna end our amazing interview. I could talk to you for a long time, but I
Yeah.
would love
I'm
for you.
sorry for my English.
Oh
Sometimes it
no, it's
was.
amazing. What are you talking about? You have excellent English, friend. It's great. So tell me, do you want to leave something here, a message to the world,
Uh,
or
I mean, I want to say because I think your audience is mostly American, I guess.
Mhm, mhm.
I want to say
Yeah.
that use your voice because it's very important for people who are really trans, for people like me from another country.
Mhm.
Because if you're not gonna change something in your country, it's gonna affect the whole world. It's already affecting Russia, for example. And use your voice and don't be afraid to be canceled.
I'm canceled. I don't care. Cancel me all you want. I mean, my God, it must be so bizarre for you in a country like Russia to see us over here acting like fools. Wah! I can't
Yes.
work. You call me a woman. I'm a man. I mean, wow,
Yes.
that what's so great is that you put a lot of what's happening into a great perspective that I think a lot of people will appreciate because I don't think people in this country understand what they have. And you have shown us that we have a lot to be thankful for and that if we don't start to get back on track, we're going to make other transsexual people in other parts of the world lose what we want. So if we want this for us, we have to want it for everyone in the world. And we have to understand that our foolishness and our entitlement is hurting other transsexual people in the world. I think that's what I'm on some level hearing from you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is really fantastic and powerful. And I hope you all heard that out there. And I hope you see that, some of the insane stuff we're doing is affecting the rest of the world in a very negative way. And we need to get back on track and live in reality. And so I hope you all thank Lana and leave her lots of great comments. And if she wants, I'll put some of her socials or wherever you can reach her. Maybe you could talk to her. But I really appreciate you a lot, Lana. And now we're friends. So me and you are definitely connected. So when I come to St. Petersburg, we're going to hang out.
Oh my God. It
We're
will
going to
be
hang
a
out and you're going
pleasure
to
for
take me
me.
to all the you're going to take me to all the cool clubs.
Yeah, I am. I promise.
Right on, friend. So remember, everybody, like, subscribe, leave Lana some love. She's a really awesome and beautiful human being who's put her time out here and lives in a
Thank you
very
very much. It was an honor to me to talk with you. Like, I
oh no,
appreciate you and I love you so much,
oh,
Bob.
I love you too. Thank you. We're family, and this is what I want the world to see. When we create these bonds and we create these bridges, we're going to help the world come back to a more positive space. So, thanks everybody, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.